Hello and welcome to our Platform Insight interviews here at Platform Global 2025. I'm delighted to welcome with me Thomas Weber, who is the Managing Director and Co-founder of Etalytics. So Thomas, tell us a bit, first of all, about yourself and how you've ended up in this wonderful industry that is digital infrastructure.
Yeah, sure. Thanks a lot for that introduction. Similar as for a lot of other people that entered in the industry, just a lot of incidents just came together until I ended there. So we started Etalytics as a spin-off of the University of Darmstadt. Me together with my colleague and co-founder Niklas Panten. We were both doing our PhD in Darmstadt in the field of mechanical engineering. I was pretty much looking at how we can optimize the controls of supply systems for the industry, supply systems such as heating, cooling, ventilation. And we had a project planned, one of the first projects right behind or right after founding Etalytics, with the Frankfurt Airport, which was the biggest energy consumer back then in the whole Rhine-Main area, the Frankfurt area. So we wrote an application for an ideas competition of the city of Frankfurt. Okay, we want to do that optimization. Are you guys funding this? Writing everything, the whole application was done. And the day we had to sign in that application, the airport called us and told us, okay, no, we cannot go with the application. But the application was already done. It was already written. We already put a lot of effort inside of it. So we said, okay, we're just going to hand it in and just have like a small side note. We lost our application partner here. So what the city of Frankfurt did then was to say, okay, your application was great. You win that contest, that ideas contest. But under the prerequisite, under the requirement that we need to find another application partner to do the project with us. And then they introduced us to the data center industry, which was a big,
natural partner, actually.
Completely natural partner. I've never heard of Equinix before. I've never heard of DigiRealty, of NTT, of all those people. Never heard of them.
Goodness.
Because if you don't work in the industry, you just don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So we ended up meeting JP Feitner, who was the managing director of Equinix for Germany back then, kicked off our first project, which was a huge success in the industry. We won several awards with that.
And how many years ago was this?
This was like, we met him, I think, like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And the awards, we got some awards. The first one was like 3 years ago, I would say. And this was like getting that award. I still remember 3 years ago, the only data center operator I knew was Equinix. I didn't know anyone else, and I went to that German data center conference, and I was completely lost with all the names of companies I've never heard of. I was not really sure if it's like a new technology or a company name.
Yeah, it's quite confusing when you end up in it. But that's
Definitely.
Extraordinary, to go from that PhD and that university background and then within 5 years or within 3 years to be winning awards and working with one of the leading operators globally is quite a significant achievement.
Thank you.
What do you think led to Equinix choosing to partner with you?
I think it's a mixture. I think we had the right technology and we were able to present it in the right way. We had the right timing, as it always is.
Yeah, totally.
And we had the right counterpart with JP who said, okay, let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
Let's try it out. There all the secret ingredients got together to make us successful at the very end.
So give us a little bit of information as to what it is you actually do at Etalytics and how your offerings and your solutions can help to overcome some of the multiple issues that we've been speaking about today during the conference.
So we as Etalytics, we are offering a software solution which is capable of modeling the energy system of our customers, like all different components within mainly the cooling system. we stream data from the building management system of the customer into the platform, use the data for training the AI, training the digital twin, and then we use that quite accurate model for calculating what is the optimal operational strategy for each individual component, for each individual pump, for each individual cooling tower, compression chiller, and so on. So we operate all of these components in a perfectly coordinated manner, which is currently not the case. Currently, all of these components have their own
separate silo.
Exactly. They have their own decentralized control strategy. Mm-hmm. They don't really look what's going on besides on the next component. And we overcome that problem by introducing the big digital twin that models all the interactions and all the dependencies between the different energy converters. And by doing this, we can achieve much higher energy efficiency, much more hours with free cooling available for the data center operation. And thus reduce costs not only for energy but also for water or system wear.
And in terms of, the industry gets a lot of bad rap for energy usage in across Europe and in the US as well. There's, it was quite nice when nobody knew what our industry was. Unfortunately, now we don't necessarily get the best PR. Do you think that the solutions that you're offering could help address some of that piece?
I would definitely think so. Yeah, definitely, because we are providing, or we are offering an AI that optimizes the facilities where the AI is hosted at the very end.
And how does that, so obviously we've spoken and listened to panels this morning that are talking about, the 10, 15, 20, 30 year timeframes of these facilities. So, trying to have a crystal ball and work out what's going to happen next, particularly on the energy and the water piece, is really, really difficult. Is what you're doing something that can be built into planning and ensuring that as much future-proofed as can possibly happen, regardless of what those figures look like in the next 10 years?
Definitely. So the digital twin can be used for scenario analysis. So it's what's pretty much unique about what we are doing, and as far as we know, there's like barely any companies that use AI for actually controlling critical infrastructure. This is quite unique. I don't think there's like any other supplier attending the conference, and also the last conferences I've been to. AI is usually used for monitoring, for getting transparency and analyzing stuff. But we are so confident that our AI is so accurate that we can actually use it for controlling things like every minute or every 30 seconds or whatsoever. So this brings us to the point that because of that accuracy, also retrofit measures, also scenarios, what would happen with the data center operations if my environmental temperature would be 45 degrees? I don't know what's going to happen. Can I provide the level of cooling I
require?
I require and I promised to my customers.
Yeah.
Can I still provide that? People usually don't know because of climate warming. I think in Germany, all the cooling systems are built for 35 degrees environmental temperature. If we look at the last 5 years, we got 40 pretty much in every second year, 40 degrees Celsius. And people just don't know if their cooling system is actually built for those conditions.
And it's really interesting because it doesn't sound like a huge amount, but in our environment, that makes a massive difference to the running of those internal systems.
Definitely. That's a huge problem. And we can model those scenarios much more accurate than other planning tools do so, just because it's just in the nature of our solution that it needs to be very, very, very accurate.
Yeah. So we're using AI to solve the problem of AI energy usage.
Exactly.
What couldn't be better?
Exactly.
Thomas, thank you so much for joining us here. I'm very, very grateful to Etalytics for joining us on the programme and for being a sponsor of Platform Global. And we look forward to seeing what you do next. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thanks a lot.